Hello, everyone, and welcome to another episode of Secrets for an Inspirational Life. Thank you so much for joining me today. I hope that everyone is feeling fine and finding a little bit of joy, a little bit of happiness in these times. Here in the United Kingdom, we have a day, well, anyway, where I am, I don't know where my next guest is, what the weather is. I'm going to ask him, but here it's raining a lot. So we're trying to make the best out of life, even in the most difficult moments. I think that's the key sometimes to happiness, is to find pleasures and beautiful things in the moments that pass us by, that then eventually become our memories. And something that I always, wonder about is the subject of pain. Now, I always think, where does actually pain come from and where does it go when it leaves us? It's a little bit like the wind. Where does the wind come from and where does it go to? It's something that is elusive, and none of us can really feel anyone's pain, whether that be mental or physical, emotional or spiritual. It is something that really is a very personal and private thing to ourselves. And we can sometimes forget as human beings that although some of us may look as if we are leading normal lives, in inverted commas, normal, because, where is that place called normal? It's somewhere certainly that I've never been. But we don't know really what is going on in someone's life. We don't know what pain, what trauma that they're going through. And I believe that, personally speaking, having gone through a lot of physical pain in my life, and even now, because I have lots of different issues, as we all have, is that we should try to be more compassionate and more understanding. And hopefully we can find that bridge to each other and touch each other's hands in a way that we can help each other to survive these testing times on earth, but also times that are the potential for a huge love and a huge awakening. Now, I have a rather special guest today. I know all my guests are special, but this particular guest is something that really resonates with me, his story. And I have the pleasure of welcoming Anthony James Mattocks. Anthony's story is quite incredulous. Anthony was a financial advisor, and he was working long hours and leading a stressful lifestyle. As people in the finance industry in the world tell me, it's not an easy life. And one day, when Anthony was 50, he began to have a whole week of severe headaches, which then led to him being rushed to hospital to actually have a life-saving brain operation. He thought that his life was over, naturally, but he made an amazing recovery and was happy and joyful, understandably, to be alive. And it was at this point that he was inspired to set up AJM Productions. Now, AJM was started as an inspiration as he was laying in the hospital bed and wondering what was his life all about. I'm sure most of us have that feeling at some point in our lives. So he began to make up funny films and edits to cheer himself up and his friends, to help him really, and also them, through the dark times of life. This then led Anthony to create videos for charities, and he supports 36 charities worldwide. One of the first ones he did, in fact, was for Eddie Kidd. Then in 2018, Anthony started to get pain in his head. And this pain is likened to electric shocks. And after lengthy visits to the doctor, he was then diagnosed with trigeminal neuralgia. He is now a crusader in raising awareness worldwide of this debilitating and really life-altering condition that not many people know about, and yet it really affects people in a profound way. Today, he shares his incredible journey. Welcome, Anthony.
Hello there, Mimi.
Hi, Anthony. Thank you so much for coming on.
It's a pleasure, thank you.
Oh, how are you today?
Very well, thank you. Speaking from a very wet Edinburgh today.
Oh, is it wet in Scotland as well?
As always, yes.
Oh, is it something that is usual for up there? I never know the weather in Scotland, what that's like.
We all walk about with webbed feet.
It's handy then, is it, to have webbed feet if you come to
Yes.
Scotland?
Yes,
I've actually never been there, but it's on my sort of list to come up there. I hear that it's very beautiful, especially the Highlands.
Well, I have an outside swimming pool at the moment. I think what the rest of the world call it is a very big puddle.
Oh. Oh, have you always lived there?
Yes, about maybe 10, 11 years in Shetland. That was through another sad time of my life. I used to be a trainee pharmacist, and part of the job was dealing with people who were on drugs and ex-drug addicts, etc.
Mm-hmm.
And I found out that 3 of my best friends were on drugs, and they sadly passed away. Saw the signs too late. So one of my friends from school actually moved to Shetland, so I thought, I'll go up to Shetland for a holiday, and ended up staying there.
And how long were you there for?
About 10 years.
Oh, okay. Okay. Is it very remote?
Oh, yes. It's getting more commercialised nowadays, but as anywhere else, you can't really get a quiet place in the world now. So I thought, missing Edinburgh too much, and my family were obviously getting older, and it was too far up there, so decided to come back to Edinburgh again.
And what's Edinburgh Castle like?
Big, on a rock.
Is it the views? I mean, when I look at, as I said to you, I haven't been as yet, but the views look amazing. Oh,
they are. You can see for miles. If you get lucky to get a sunny day, you can see for miles right over to Fife and the 3 Forth Road bridges. The 3 bridges over the Forth now. You can see right over there, and it's like going on top of Arthur's Seat. There's a bit that shows you arrows, how far New York is, how far Australia is.
Oh, goodness.
And all the different arrows point in different areas. So I've only been up a couple of times, and I want to try and get back up there once more, just before I'm too old to do anything.
Oh, I mean, I'm fascinating. You know, I love, Scotland, even though I haven't been, but I adore the photographs, and I have done since I was a child. So I have to try to get up there because it seems such a magical place. Is it?
Well, people up here have funny accents. So apologise.
You have to listen carefully. But then we have funny accents down here.
Our island's so small. It's like Australia is so big. New Zealand small. But everyone over there has the same accent. UK is such a small island. But we all speak so differently with so many different accents.
It's very true, very true. When I have a friend, and it's funny because he lives in Russia, and he said, I can't understand you. And I said, what do you mean you can't understand me? He said, can you talk like you're on an American film set? I said, no, I can't. What are you talking about? He said, I don't understand you. But he has a friend in London who he totally understands, who's from the East End. But me, he doesn't understand at all. And he said, can you just say that again? Just say that again. So it's a funny old thing, accents, isn't it? Now, anyway, I could talk to you all day about that. Now, you have an absolutely amazing story, don't you?
Well, I thought my life was like anybody else's, nothing really to shout about. But
tell us a little bit. Let's go back and tell us a little bit with this journey and where it all began.
Well, actually, strange enough, started in a hospital bed. As I said, I didn't think much of life. And then when your life's actually threatened, it actually gives you a different look on life. So I'm the kind of person that laughs things off, just make a joke about everything. And it was the day after surgery when the least noise actually just went right through your head. And that was a brain aneurysm. I actually have 3 coils in my head just now from the burst aneurysm.
In your where is that? Actually in your brain?
It's in my brain, yes. A lot of people say I've not got one, but I can prove I've got coils there.
Oh, now, what are the coils actually? What's their job?
It's actually it's like the best way to describe it is if you've got a hole in your jeans, you sew a patch onto it. So the coils are just there to tie the aneurysm off to stop it bleeding.
Ah, okay.
So
now, but let's. Okay, sorry to interrupt you, but I have to just make this clear. You were working as a financial advisor.
I was, yes.
And what happened? One day, you were 50, suddenly.
Just suddenly, I started getting these headaches. And a whole week, and Christian says at the weekend, I'm going to phone the hospital. And I said, I'm not going to...
And Christine's your partner?
She is, yes. Of 16 years now.
Wow, congratulations.
Thank you. And as Deborah Fennella says, my life angel, or my earth angel.
She really is. I have to say to the listeners that when you hear the story, Christine is definitely Anthony's earth angel for sure.
Well, she's saved my life 3 times now. Once with the brain aneurysm, and then another one with the TN, and with just maybe about 4 months after the brain aneurysm, your coordination is still off. It's just not right. And obviously I had to learn to walk again, to walk in a straight line. And I was in the bathroom and she heard the almighty crash. And what actually happened was I collapsed in the bathroom and I took my face off the radiator, which actually pushed the left eyeball into the socket. And I was rushed to the hospital and they sucked the eyeball back out again. Sounds terrible, but...
oh my goodness.
I had a lot of scarring around my left eye, and the doctor kept coming to the house, telling Christine that I was going to lose the eyesight out of my left eye because the injury was that severe.
Damn.
And Christine, being Christine, she bathed my eye every hour, on the hour, with warm milk. And the doctor was saying, no, there's no need, he's going to lose your eyesight, you're going to lose the eyesight. And Christine, being Christine, she bathed the eye, and some strange thing, the eyesight came back again, and I could see perfectly well with my left eye. So not only she saved my life twice, she's actually saved my eyesight as well.
Oh my goodness.
So people say I should get an award for what I do. I'm just doing what I think's best just to save the world. Christian should get an award for saving my life so I can get on with what I'm doing for the world. So
wow.
she's a true angel there.
What a beautiful soul. I mean, really, both of you. The listeners, we're going to go through the story, but you know that when somebody suffers like this in such a huge way, and there are people there that are, in fact, I believe, earth angels,
Well,
you just don't realize, do you, at the time,
well, as people
what
know,
someone is capable of, do you, in the good sense?
well, as people know, my surname is Mattocks, and they always say you find your life partner. Well, Christine's surname is Cottam, which is Mattocks spelt backwards.
Oh, okay.
So I'm Mattocks. Christine's surname's Cottam, Mattocks backwards.
Isn't that incredible?
So it's a weird one.
But there's everything, it's called synchronization. I think, I believe in this. I don't know about you, Anthony, but everything in life is somehow weaved. The people that we meet, the things that we do, the things that we, go through, there's a huge sort of thread that runs through all of us.
It's just long before Facebook was ever thought of. Chris and I actually met on a phone chat line, and she loved the accent so much, and I love the Yorkshire accent so much. She still says it's Yorkshire, not Shire. I said, I'm Scottish. And I was always a Doctor Who fan, and the power of Facebook once again on what I do. Fraser Hines, a great friend of mine now, which I love Doctor Who, I love Emmerdale, I love the Yorkshire accent. Fraser Hines played a Scottish character in Doctor Who, and now Fraser Hines is a character, a friend on Facebook. And I'm thinking, you just can't make it up. It's wonderful.
Yeah, it is. It's incredible, really, how things happen, and always for a reason, for sure. That I'm absolutely convinced of that. Now, you went and had major brain surgery, and you awoke from that. What happened then? What were the effects? Did you have any lasting physical effects, first of all?
As I say, I need a walking stick now for my balance. I had to learn to walk again just to get the coordination. But I've always laughed things off. I still thought it was a joke, and people were messing with me, kind of thing. And it was really when the surgeon came and spoke to Christine and myself at the bedside. And the surgeon said to Christine, if you never made the phone call, you'd have died today. That's how serious it was. And I thought, it's only a joke, I'm just laughing it off. And then it was when you started thinking back on it, and that's when the horrible dream started about actually died. And the dreams were there for a long time that actually died, and it was very difficult to shake that off.
You were dreaming that you were dying prior to this happening, or after this happening?
After. I actually dreamt that I died on the operating table, and Christian and my mum were actually standing over me, saying, it's gone, it's gone. And I still get these dreams back and forth, especially when we go on to the TN bit. I have a mask that I put on at night. I've got sleep apnea as well.
Ah, okay.
So it was actually, once again, Christine again. So she's actually saved my life 3 times. It was actually when Christine was actually awake to see I'd actually stopped breathing in my sleep. So she shook me to get me back again. And then he said, you have to go to the hospital. You're stopped breathing when you're sleeping. So went to the hospital once again, and they had put monitors and everything on me. and I actually stopped breathing. I think it was 45 times in a minute, it's like a 10-minute period.
Mm-hmm.
So what actually happened then was I've got this mask that gives me a continuous flow of air that keeps me alive when I'm sleeping.
And is that something that you developed after the surgery?
Yes, it was, yes.
Mm-hmm.
But I thought I love my sleep, as everybody does. But to get told that you're actually your heart's stopping and you're stopped breathing in your sleep, you're actually scared to go to sleep after that. So it's like an insomniac that I thought, if I go to sleep, is this my last time? Am I going to wake
Mm-hmm.
up again?
Mm-hmm.
So I have the mask, and with the TN pains, I'm actually showing you on my face here. The strap actually goes across my face, but the TN is at its most. So I have to take these tablets at night to numb my face, and then I can put the mask on without any pain so I can go to sleep. So it's a very horrible time. But
And do you still do that? Do you
oh yes,
still?
every night, yes.
So this is something that you have had to do. How long ago was the operation, Anthony?
Well, it's just after a week after my 50th birthday, so I'm coming up for 58 now. So this October it'll be 8 years ago.
So for 8 years now, you have had to do this whole ritual, in effect, in order to be able to stay alive, in order to breathe, and in order to get some sort of rest and sleep.
Yes, anytime I want to have a nap in a settee with sleep apnea, I have to put the mask on. But with the TN pains, I have to take pills first to numb my face so I can get the mask on without any pain arising.
Oh dear.
So it's as I say, I like to laugh things off and say
Mm,
I
mm.
could have died in 2012. So every day is a bonus to me, and that's why I try to try to help the world the best I can.
And that is what you do now, because from your hospital bed, you set up AJM Productions. And tell us a little bit about that and what do you do now? Because I know that you do so many, many different things to help people. And this is why, I'll say to everybody out there, Anthony is really, he's such an inspirational person that really, no matter what we're going through, don't lose hope, because he is such a beacon of light out there for the people. And, if he can do it, we can all try to do something in our own small way, isn't it, Anthony?
I think so, yes, because as I said, since 2012,
Mm.
my first life died. I'm dead and gone. I'm on my
Do you
second.
really feel like that? Do you
Oh
feel
yes,
that?
certainly. Um,
Explain that a little bit.
well, before 2012, I would say not a horrible person, but a person that wouldn't make friends easy. I was no time for anybody or my partner kind of thing. But it's when you lose your life, you kind of think back on it thinking, hang on, I should have been dead now. What can I do to improve? And as I said to Deborah Finella, it was seeing the light at the end of the tunnel, but beyond that, which means I should be dead. I've seen the life. I've seen my life flash before me. It was a horrible life. How can I get to improve that? So I started doing funny edits, just silly things on Facebook to make people happy. And then I decided to go further by creating videos for charities, thinking I can't give much money. I don't have money, but how can I do it another way? And I thought I'll raise awareness for different charities and bring light to them. And then obviously getting the TN, that was a big kick in the teeth, thinking, what the hell have I got now? what have I done to deserve this? And I always look back at it thinking, I was given TN for a reason. And that reason was to wake up the world to TN pains. And that's why I do what I do with the videos and the movies I've done now.
And how many videos, because you've done a lot, how many videos have you done now, Anthony, raising awareness for trigeminal neuralgia?
Well, I've done about over 700 videos in total, and I've done about 3 movies, but 400 videos on TN certainly, and I'm working on my 3rd TN movie just now, but no one else has done what I've done. No one else has decided to put, sorry, there's a nice band in the background here.
Oh, I haven't heard. Oh my goodness, that took me back to my childhood. I haven't heard one of them in years.
Oh, very noisy.
Oh.
Live TV.
Oh, well, yeah.
Oh, shush, woman. There we go. That's it. Silence
Is
again.
Christine going to run out and get an ice cream?
We'll pause here and get a cone. Who wants a cone?
Oh, dear.
Yes, so having TN, I was given that for a reason, and that reason was to wake up the world. So I've done over 400 TN music videos.
And where can you find them, Anthony?
Sorry?
Where can people find?
On YouTube, just type in AJM Productions and you'll see my stuff there.
Okay.
I'm working on my 3rd movie as I speak, and this is going to be, it goes back to Deborah Fenella and Jamie Long and the project we're working on just now. But,
and Deborah is someone that we've had actually. I've had her on. She's a lovely lady in one of the previous, in one of the previous episodes. And Deborah is, just for the listeners out there, Deborah Fenella. She's an actress and a host, a TV host, and does all sorts of things, and a singer. And Anthony's actually collaborating, aren't you, with her?
Yes.
Who is the other person?
It's Jamie Long.
Jamie Long, and you're creating is it a film together?
It's something quite different to other normal films. This film is going to be made up of people's stories, their life stories, whether it's on their own video or their own words. But we're putting everything together, and it's going to be, what we hope it's going to be, a life manual to anybody that's going through abuse at the time, or domestic abuse, or bullying, or mental health issues. Just rather than reading a booklet, a lot of people have got no time to read books, or
like an inspirational type of video with all different stories, that type of thing.
Yes. It's like some people, I'll read a book, like myself, I'll read a book and I'll think, what the hell did I just read there? And have to go back. But if something's in front of you, you're actually watching, and you're watching other people's stories and how they survived. And the movie is called I Am a Survivor. And it's people surviving through all the abuse they've went through in the past. And if people are actually watching other people's stories, they'll take that in a lot better than reading a book.
Yes, I do agree with that, actually, because I know this is one of the reasons I started the podcast, is because I wanted to share people's life stories. And always when you hear something, you know, and then all the feedback that I've had, Anthony, is that, I don't know about you, but, you know, people are saying, oh my goodness, I didn't realize that person, you know, had gone through all of that. And it gives hope and inspiration for people out there to say, you know what, keep going. Don't give up. It's one of the most important things.
Well, that's the 3 most important words that you can get, is don't give up. I've got a very, I wouldn't say life mottos, but I've got a lot of things I've picked up in the past. And a lot of people say, oh, I've not got much money, or I've not got a very nice house. But what I say to people is, if you can breathe in and you can breathe out, that's the 2 most richest things a person can have. Anything else is a bonus. If you can breathe in and breathe out, that's all you need.
Yeah.
And that's one of the mottos I go with quite a lot. obviously with all the pain I'm going through, it's I try to get people keep going, no matter what they're going through, especially with TN as well, because you hear so many horror stories. One of
Yeah.
my friends in Canada, who I actually had a great privilege of meeting, she came from Canada to Edinburgh for a holiday just to meet the person behind the videos, me.
Oh, isn't that lovely?
So she came all the way from Canada and she met me. And her TN story it's like a horror story. She has had TN from birth, and she just celebrated her 60th birthday in Edinburgh. And so she's had 60 years in her life. And I'm thinking, I've had it 2 years, and I'm like going nuts with it. But having it 60 years in your life, every minute of the day, not knowing when that pain's going to hit you, that is a hero to be.
It's a very strange one because I actually suffer with it, and as we were talking about earlier, and it's one of those things, like you say, you never quite know when the pain is going to hit, and when it does, it can last anything from half an hour to 3 days to 4 days. You just don't know. So in a way, it's taught me, I don't know about you, Anthony, but it's taught me that you really literally have to live every moment at a time and take every moment for the beauty of it, because you don't know what the next moment, none of us know whether people have an illness or not. No one knows what the next moment holds, but it gives you even more of, I don't know, a challenge, gives you more courage and faith to do what you can while you can. I'm a great believer in that.
Well, a lot of people see from my videos that they say, oh, they love the rain, or they love the wind. It's anything that touches your face, you're going to be in sheer agony with it. One raindrop, enough to touch your face, pure agony. A little bit of wind, even like a door closing, is enough to cause you pain.
Explain to the listeners a little bit, Anthony, for those people who don't know what it is, in a paragraph, what trigeminal I mean, you can't really, but and then people can look at your videos and look it up, because I'm sure there's people out there that haven't been diagnosed that do have it. But explain a little bit of what, I think maybe it's better, what is it like for you on a daily basis?
Well, as I say, I'm very lucky to have the pills that I've got. The best way I can describe it is going to the dentist and getting an injection, and the pills that I take numbs my face. Whenever, if I'm out, I'm always taking these tablets with me. It's like a heart machine that's only going to keep me alive. But it's like electric shocks going through your face. You can't touch your eye, you can't touch your cheek, you can't touch your mouth. Anything you drink, anything you put in your mouth, brushing your teeth, anything at all, you can't cuddle a loved one because their face touching your face, you are in sheer agony. It's anything to do with your face, you just can't do anything but just sit and wait till the pain comes. This was before I took the medication. They call it the suicide disease. I even did a video. It was like my suicide note. Because I actually thought I was dying at the time, so I did this video as my suicide note, just to say goodbye to the world. And then I found the FPA group on Facebook. Obviously, Christine diagnosed me right away before the doctors did. So she saved my life there. The doctors couldn't understand it. They had to Google it. But there's so many people that I've met in the FPA group all over the world. And it was our second TN movie that was actually the best thing I think anyone's ever done, because no one's ever done this before. And that was actually using people's faces from all over the world, rather than using just statistics in a movie. People saying, oh, so many people died of this. Like the COVID-19 just now, you're hearing all these figures, who died where. And people are just saying, oh, that's just numbers. But for every death figure from COVID, that's a family destroyed through all these numbers.
Yeah.
And what I wanted to do was something completely different, away from numbers. I wanted to use people's faces. And when you see people's faces from all around the world, that kind of puts something different to you, saying that person is suffering from TN. And my last movie had over 1,100 people from 84 countries all over the world with the same pain. And I want to show the world, these are the faces that's got the pain. Try and help us, try and cure us. And that's what I try to do.
My goodness. What a story. And this is a story that you live every single day of your life.
But as I say, I was given TN for a reason. I've said so many times, if I can get a cure for what I'm doing, I'd gladly keep TN for all my life, knowing the rest of the world is cured.
Wow. It's very noble and very noble words, Anthony, because as we were talking about earlier, unless people have experienced it, you can never really understand. And this is why pain is something so personal, you know, whatever the pain that someone is going through. But what is crucial, isn't it, is that there is support out there, because without the support, you know, people begin to feel alone and lonely and desperate. But there is support, isn't there, out there?
Oh, there is, yes. There's, you just have to type in TN, or it's difficult to spell, it's difficult to say. It's trigeminal neuralgia. It's taken me 2 years to say that.
Yeah.
So people type in TN or FPA, which is Facial Pain Association. Just type in FPA. That was the page that saved me. But in my videos, all I can say is, if you've got these pains, you know you've got TN without seeing any doctors. I advise you to go and see a doctor as soon as you can. You need medical advice right away. The best way to describe it is, imagine a really bad electrical thunder and lightning, or a storm that you see in the horror movies with the lightning, and the power of a volcano. Now put the two together, imagine that force and the lightnings behind your face. Then that's quite close to TN. That is the pain that you go through every day, every second of the day. That is the electrical storms in your face. But anybody that can't touch their face because of pain, get to the doctor right away. You need to see medical advice. I was lucky, I had good support with family and everything. With Christine, as you know, she Googled the electrical pains. It went right to TN on the computer, trigeminal neuralgia. Now, my friend in Canada, she's had TN 60 years of her life. Now, the first part of her life, before Google, before computers, before anything else, she had this unknown pain that nobody knew about. And they all thought she was insane, that no pain like that could ever exist. And then the second part of her life, they found out, oh, she wasn't insane, this pain actually does exist, and it actually has a name. But the most strangest thing I can think about, COVID-19 started the latter part of last year. The whole world knows about it. TN, through intense studies that I've done, started 400 BC. That's 2,500 years of pain that the world still doesn't know about. And that's crazy. So it's just...
And that's why you're raising awareness now.
Oh, yes, I have to, yes. It's my main ambition in life is to get everybody to saying TN, what the hell is that? I want people to say, oh, you've got TN, you must have been in extreme pain. I want people to understand there are so many diseases out there that people just don't know about. And I'm trying to educate the world to all the diseases that's hidden from people. They say that's there's 350 million people suffering from a disease that's hidden from view. And people have to start being kind to everyone because they don't know the secrets they're hiding and the people they're going through. And this is what I try to do through my videos.
And it is, you know, really beautiful work because it is helping so many people, Anthony. And once you can raise awareness, you can educate people. Because if we are faced with pain of any type, the first thing is fear, isn't it? Because you don't know what it is, you don't know what it could be, and, the fear sets in. But that's why we need more groups, we need more people out there that are willing to share their wisdom and their knowledge to, help others. Because even to have somebody that you can talk to or not talk to, there's something I read that you wrote about silence, and it's like when you're in pain, you're silent. That's the reason you're silent, is because you're in pain. But people don't understand. They might think you're being moody or in a bad mood or being strange, but it's not. There are signs always that people give out. It's like animals as well. When they're in pain, they're usually very, very quiet. So it's very needed what you're doing on a global scale. Now, do you have any groups, Anthony, that you have set up yourself to do with this?
I've got a Scottish TN page because obviously out of all the faces that I've did for my second movie, the majority are from America, Canada and Australia. But TN pain in Britain isn't really talked about much. There is a few UK-based TN groups, and they're always like English-based. And I have a Scottish TN page. But I've been that busy with movies lately that I've not had a chance to update it, and I feel a traitor to my own page. But
but you're busy doing the movies, aren't you, now?
Yes. Well, as I say, Fraser Hines, he's the one movie I'm doing. I'm doing a movie on Edinburgh cinemas. There's a place in Edinburgh called Leith. I'm doing a movie on that. The new movie with Deborah and Jamie. And obviously all the TN stuff I'm doing in the background as well. But I'm always keeping myself busy because I feel if I'm busy, I'm not thinking about the pain behind me. So
yes, that's very true.
It's like a pair of glasses, for instance. The majority of people wear glasses, whether it's for reading, everyday work, or even sunglasses. The legs of the sunglasses touch the side of your face. You've got pain with the TN. The glasses that I've got are specially built, so the bottom of the glasses don't touch my cheek. So I actually hold my glasses away from my face, so the bottoms of the glasses don't touch my face. And anything just slightly brushing your face, you've got the TN pain. So I've been lucky in my respect. I found the medication that makes it life worth living, life to get on with things. So I take a few pills. It numbs my face. I can start doing my computer work. And there's so many people out there that's not got the right medication yet. And this is why I keep on trying to tell people in my videos, there's so much medication out there that will help you, but not cure you. And there's a thing, that's a lady in America who's Leslie Carmen. Her daughter, Lee, made a beautiful song called Zombie. And it's like when you're taking the pills, over and over again, you feel like a zombie. And her words in the song are absolutely beautiful. And it should be the TN theme tune. Or not theme tune, but their national anthem. And it's something that should be heard over and over again. And I do that a lot. Now, Leslie is from Carmen Care. And obviously she needs the as much limelight as possible, and people talk about what she does, because she's not got the cure, but she's certainly got the help for TN people. And it's like when you go to oh gosh, people that's got the sine waves that the people who use your ankles and that. I can't remember what it's called now.
The people who do what?
You know, people that work on your ankles and that, and they've got like this like cold thing that goes up and down your legs.
I don't know who they are.
Well,
who are they? We'll come back to it. Right.
But she does a lot of work like that. That has this device that goes up and down your face, and as I said, it helps the TN pain. Our daughter went through it, and she's TN free now. Now,
is she really?
Yeah, she suffered with everything that I've been said about before. All the TN people in the world will tell you what they've gone through. But what Leslie's got, I was actually showing in my second movie that there is help out there. But what I'm trying to do is advertise Leslie's business so much that she can actually spread around the world.
And what's her name again, Anthony?
Is it Leslie Carmen?
Leslie Carmen. And where is she based?
She's based in Florida, in America just now.
Okay. So do you think that if we tap her in to Google, she will come up?
Oh, yeah, certainly, yeah. And you'll see her on my my videos as well. I've done a few videos of Carmen Care. I've also used Lee's song in the videos that I do as well now. So there is help out there, but what I'm trying to do is, rather than make her America-based, I want her worldwide-based. So I want her to get the funding to spread it around the world. So I'm just thinking, I don't want to sound like a politician or anything here, but there's so much money that can be poured into TN that's not being done. I remember I'll get in so much trouble for this now. You'll probably edit it out. I've got a lot of greenhouses, and it's got, I'm not mentioning the person's name, but the person is putting all these money into all these pains, but they could be putting money into one pain, TN. So it's just a play on words.
So we won't edit that out. I've had all sorts on here.
I don't mention the person's name because they'll probably get the FBI on me.
yeah. Don't say the name, but yeah, that's fine. But yeah, I'm just actually talking to you. I've just Googled her, and it's a laser. Is it a laser that you were talking?
I couldn't understand.
Yes. Yeah, it's a laser. Leslie Carmen, and she's based in the States, and she uses a laser to help with the pain. Is that correct?
Yes, it's not a laser that will like burn your skin. Like there is a temporary cure. Now I can't remember the initials. I think it's MVD that people go through, and it goes through the back of the ear, and it causes a massive scar. But it lasers the nerve that's causing the damage.
Okay.
And I said to Kristen, I said, yes, I would love to go through that. I'd love to get cured, but it's not a long-term effect. Some people it is, but so many people say, 3 months later, I had all the pain back again. So I don't want to go through all that just to be told in 3 months' time I might get it back again. I want something that will cure the pain fully. So Leslie has the technology there. It is laser treatment, but not lasers as we know to like burn the skin.
It's on another level, using a different type of level.
Yes, I think it's more done with sound rather than light.
Okay.
It's
It works on a different frequency.
that's right, yes.
Mm.
And with TN, loud noises or bang of drums, anything like it's like toothache going through your head.
Mm. It's like a 1,000% worse toothache.
Oh yes, a
Yeah.
lot more than that. Yes.
Mm,
So what I do is with the music, I've actually went into this as well. You go through like a certain frequency that's soothing to a TN patient. So all the music I use in my videos is at the frequency that's not going to harm people's TN pain. So I do that as well. So
Oh,
I try not to use things that's got loud drums in it or
yes.
things like that. Just like soothing music. And I still have fights with YouTube today and for copyright, etc. for my thing, my videos. I'm saying, well, I'm not making any money. I'm just doing world awareness here. I have the argument with them all the time. And then they think about it and they say, right, well, allow this video. My very first TN music video was actually 30 minutes after I was diagnosed with it, 2018. Yes, I'm just past my 2-year anniversary. No, this is my 2-year anniversary coming up now. And I've already put a video out there. And my first ever video was done by Elton John. And it was the record was called Someone Saved My Life Tonight. And once again, YouTube banned the video on copyright grounds. And Elton John actually sent me an email saying he loved what I did with he loved what he did with his song, and I could use all his songs in the future. So I sent that email to YouTube, and I kind of had to like back away.
Oh, imagine. Well, good for you.
So Elton John was on my side.
Well, there you go. Good old Elton. Good old Elton. Now, are you able to listen? I saw that you had Ennio Morricone on one of your videos. Are you able to listen to music now, Anthony?
Yes, I do. Obviously, when I do all my work in the living room, and Christine watches the telly. So I have the headphones in, but just the little ones that go in your ears. So it was like I had to use the song in question because it was Deborah's theme. And
Yes.
obviously Deborah Fenella, I'm thinking that's so brilliant. I can use that quite a lot.
Yeah, that's a beautiful piece of music.
And as I said, it was like it's a sad passing because just passed away recently, and I've always liked his music anyway. And I think it's a great tribute to him as well, me using his song or his music in the videos as well. So it's a great tribute to him as well.
Yeah, it is really. And daily, I wanted to ask you, Anthony, are you free of pain with the medication, or does it just lessen the pain?
It lessens the pain. With TN, it's always there. Sometimes once I've taken the medication, it'll take maybe 15, 20 minutes for the face to numb, and then I can start touching my face again. Pre-medication, I know it's time to take more pills. If you touch your face and you start getting pain, it's time to take more pills. It's just, I can't stress enough that if people can't touch their face without pain, for any reason, go see a doctor. Don't be scared. Just go and see him. I was scared to see my doctor at the start in 2012, saying, oh, there's nothing wrong with me, it's just a headache. Now, if Christy never made that phone call to the doctor, I wouldn't be speaking to you now.
Yeah.
So don't be a coward. For anything that's bugging you, just go to the doctor. Even a phone call, the doctor will speak to you. Just anything that bugs you at all, go to medical advice. You have to. As I say, with TN, Christian spotted it. With the headaches, Christian spotted it. I'm just lucky that I've got a non-medical person on my staff here.
Yeah. And you have also, we were talking about this earlier, I have to say to everyone, but you also have another beautiful companion apart from, your lovely earth angel. You have your dog, the
Oh,
husky,
Snowy,
Snowy,
yes.
who's a completely, it seems to be a complete blessing in your life, Anthony.
Oh, yeah, she's a great relief. Whenever Christine has to go to the shops or do anything like babysitting duties or anything, Snowy is always there, giving me these funny looks. And as people know me, they'll see all my edits that I've put on Facebook with Snowy. She even has her own page. She's a wee celebrity.
Yes.
And it's like she's like a human form in a dog. And she's just crazy. Well, looking at her just now.
She's a diva, isn't she? Because
Oh,
I've seen,
yes.
yeah, I was looking at, I have to say to the listeners, I was looking at Anthony's dog, and she's very beautiful. She's a husky and she has blue eyes, and I'm totally in love with huskies. But you should see how she looks. She knows she's beautiful, and this is the thing, isn't it? She takes full advantage, doesn't she, of that?
Oh, she's getting sick of me now. She's like, she sees a camera in my hand, she's off. I've got one picture. I've got one picture where she's laid in the lobby, the corridor, looking at me saying, "No, you've got a camera in my hand. I'm not coming in."
Oh, but you're going to send me a photograph of you and her, and we're going to use it for the publicity because she's beautiful, and does she bring you the calm and serenity, Anthony? Because they say, that animals have this sixth sense. I mean, we also have a sixth sense, but unfortunately, sometimes we choose not to listen to it. But animals are always there on that sort of vibe, as they say. Is she there also to bring you peace and calm, would you say?
Oh, I would say, we've had her, 4 years now, and we got her, we're quite lucky to get her. She was like 8 months old when we got her. And we were actually the fourth owners at 8 months old. And
what happened?
it was just, people love the idea of having a husky, but they don't love the idea of her shedding hairs twice a year.
Oh, yeah.
So it's the molting of hairs that can do a lot of people's heads in. We've had her 4 years now, and we're on the fourth vacuum cleaner.
Oh my goodness! You don't realise actually that they do have a lot of hair. They seem very sleek, but I've heard that they shed a lot of hair.
Well, a typical shedding lasts 4 weeks, and there's actually, I'll have to send you the picture as well, where there's actually, you don't know where the husky begins and where the hair ends. It's as I say, we've got a Kraken Hoover now. It's pet hair. It's made for dog hair. And I've had it about 2 years now, and Kristen still loves vacuuming the dog hair up, don't you, Kristen? No. There we go.
Oh dear.
Everyone, no.
But she's a little mascot, isn't she? For you were telling me earlier. Is it Say No to Dog Meat?
That's right. Yeah, she's one of the characters from that campaign as well.
Mm-hmm.
And she's got a little scarf on, and that says "Say No to Dog Meat." But I want to try and get a picture of her holding it over her nose. But huskies hate anything touching their noses, like we all do. And she just
Okay.
wants to sit still, so I'm just going to have to try and get her favourite biscuit so I can bribe her.
Now, tell us a little bit about this Say No to Dog Meat.
It's a campaign that's, you've seen the horror pictures where all the dogs and animals are locked up in cages, sometimes maybe 20, 30 animals in one cage.
In China?
In China, yes.
The Yulin, is it the Yulin Dog Meat Festival or something?
That's right, they do all the festivals, yes. I can't remember if Julia does one in Edinburgh or not. But I'm hoping that she might do one up here and we can get Snowy to meet the other dogs. She'd love that. She's a very friendly, good-natured dog. too friendly.
Oh, but
Well,
she's a little guardian, isn't she, as well?
yeah, she's actually, she knows I'm talking about her, so her ears, she's laid on the kitchen floor, looking at me with her ears up, saying, well, if you're going to talk about me, give me a biscuit.
Well, that's the least that you can do, Anthony, now. Come
Oh,
on.
yes. But the picture, I don't know if you saw the promotional picture that I did for this interview.
No, I haven't as yet.
It was actually what I posted on Facebook today, and
Okay.
it was a picture that I love. It's when we first got Snowy, and that's when she was 8 months old. She's never changed. She's never got any bigger or smaller. And the picture is me. It was actually with the walking stick. Oh, I don't know if you heard that or not.
No, no, no.
And the picture I did was for the interview today.
And
So,
it's got Snowy in it, has it? I'm going to send it
yeah,
to me. I'll have a look at that.
it's in your inbox now.
No, let's have a look. Oh, that's rather fancy, I have to say. Oh, that looks very lovely.
That's when she was 8 months old when we first got her.
Oh, beautiful. Does she bite?
She only bites one person, that's me.
Oh,
I'm her, as we call her, I'm a two-legged chew toy.
oh. So she's your dog. She looks after you, or is she a family dog, so to
She's
speak?
actually Christine's dog.
This is Christine's dog. Okay.
Yeah, it's a family pet because it's just the two of us here.
Mm-hmm.
And it was actually Christine's daughter because Christine loved everything husky. She loved posting pictures of huskies on in all different formats.
Mm.
And she said, "Oh, I just love huskies." And our daughter had a chance to get this husky for quite a cheap price because the people were moving the house and they couldn't take a dog with them.
Mm.
So one birthday 4 years ago, our daughter popped up and said, "Oh, Mum, you like huskies, don't you?" She went, "Yes, I love them." She said, "You got one for your birthday."
Oh.
And Kristen's favourite words are, "If I knew the huskies shed that much, I wouldn't have taken them."
Oh, I bet she would. I bet she would. I bet she would. I think we all say that about our pets sometimes, but you couldn't be without them. They're
Oh,
such
no.
a joy in life.
The last 4 years has been perfect with her, and obviously with me having the TN pains and the dog, so you could see I was in agony, but she couldn't do anything about it. She was like cuddling up to me. She never usually cuddles up to me, but this time she knew there's something wrong with me, but just couldn't know what. And she was always cuddling me and putting her head in my lap and looking up at me saying, "I'm trying to help you, but I can't."
Oh, but you know what, Anthony? It doesn't matter because I think that they are healing anyway. Animals are very healing and they are, exquisite in their nature, that even though we think that physically they're not doing anything, their presence is enough to just give us that sort of serenity inside ourselves.
There's definitely medication in 4 legs. I can't have cats because Chrissy love cats,
Mm.
but I'm allergic to cats, so cats is a no-no. Oh, hang on, I'm getting a bit of movement here. I mentioned cats.
Oh. Don't mention that word at all.
Oh no, she loves cats. She's not one of these dogs that'll see a cat and chase after it.
Mm.
She sees a cat and she sees it as a plaything. She wants to play with the cat. So there's one little.
That's unusual.
There's a ginger cat that actually chases Snowy up at the back here, and Snowy actually lets its cat chase her.
Oh, she's got a little friend there.
Oh yeah, definitely. She's
Very.
actually. I mentioned the cat word, so she's lying next to me now.
Don't mention it. Don't mention it again.
And when it thunders and rains here in Edinburgh, as it rains a lot, she's always at the window looking at the weather saying, haha, I'm not out in that.
Oh, but she's really a part of the family, and you know, uh, there's so much. You know, I was talking to somebody the other day actually, and they were telling me about a service dog, and they just got a black Alsatian, and her son had suffered three, I think, brain surgeries, and she said that since they've got this dog, he has improved so much because it's like having a buddy with you all the time.
They're definitely medication. They really are. As I said, the TN first hit. She wanted to help me so much, but she just couldn't help me. She knew I was like in pain. I was in agony. I was like, I couldn't. I was crying. And as you know, tears in your eyes is one of the triggers that triggers the pain as well.
Yes.
So even though you're in pain, you know you can't cry because it causes you even more pain. So you just have to like sit there until the pain ends. So it was like there's one picture I've got as well. It's a masseur, and there's a hole in the ceiling, and the masseur's saying, "Was that the delicate spot you were talking about?" And that's TN right there.
Yeah.
You just touch your face with it going through the ceiling. So even like Snowy was like trying to cuddle me. I was like pushing her away, and she couldn't understand why. So it was.
Does she understand? Does she understand now that she's been longer with you?
Oh, she does. Yeah. She's more a mommy's girl than a daddy's girl. She's more a daddy's girl when I'm rustling a packet of sweets or something, and she's right back.
So
there's a picture saying there's 4 pictures of Snowy, and there's burglar, no reaction. Someone knocking at the door, no reaction. Doorbell, no reaction. Packet of biscuits, she's right there.
She knows what's important in her life, doesn't she? Oh yeah,
packets of biscuits. To hell with the doorbell, I want a packet of biscuits.
But you were telling me she's a very fussy eater, isn't she?
Oh yes. Chrissy will have she's got 3 bowls of various biscuits that she's always on hand. If she wants anything, she can have a wee nibble. We've got our chicken sticks. It's like rawhide in the centre and bits of chicken around the outer side, and she loves them. So she'll eat all the chicken but leave the rawhide. So we've got all these little sticks lying about the house. And she's always getting bits and pieces of us. But what we got recently was we've always been told, as long as huskies are drinking water, they're fussy eaters. They'll eat when they want to. So we'll get maybe like 2 or 3 days where she eats non-stop. She's like a camel. She'll eat non-stop for 2 days, and then for the next week she'll eat nothing. So and then you get
really?
Yeah, we get kind of worried after that, and we try and give her steak. She loves steak. I just look at the steak thinking, that could be on my plate, because it's not so for the dog.
Oh, you're very generous. But that's why I said to you, she looks like a big dog. Does she eat a lot?
No, she's not a fussy eater at all. She's a fussy eater. She's not a big eater.
She's not a big eater.
Chrissy eats, sort of makes her scrambled eggs for her, and she eats scrambled eggs.
Oh my goodness, that's the life. I think we're all going to come and move in with you.
She likes Chrissy's scrambled eggs, and she eats tuna. She likes all kind of fish. In the hot summers, she has tuna ice cubes. It's tuna with frozen water around it. So she gets the tuna, but the ice cubes is cooling her down as well.
Do you make that for her?
Yeah, Chrissy does it, yeah. It's just basically tuna in the trays, poured in with water, and then a few hours later she's got her treats for her, and it cools her down. Because obviously with the big thick coats, they're always walking about panting. Out of story.
That sounds like a fine idea, actually, a tuna ice cream. for dogs, doesn't it? It sounds like a
Yes.
mighty fine invention, actually. I don't know if that exists.
I don't know if you can buy it on the supermarket, but certainly
Well, that's something you could look into.
it's certainly made here in Edinburgh.
Now, Anthony, you know, as we come to the end of the episode, it's, you know, you are such a delight because you are so inspiring. And I'm in awe, really, as I am with a lot of my guests, but particularly with you, what you have been through and what you are trying to do for mankind is really amazing work. But as we come to the end, I want to ask, I always ask my guests this, what is it that you can give advice or inspiration to people out there that has helped you in your life and that can help people really when, you know, they need a lift me up or they're not feeling too good that day? What is it that can give them hope?
Just 2 words that go through everybody's life is be kind. If you're kind to someone, they'll be kind back to you. Don't be horrible. Just rid the world of horrible things. It's like colour, religion, beliefs. Just let people go with their own things, and then they'll be kind to you. It doesn't matter the colour of their skin. It doesn't matter what religion or what God they follow, what the beliefs they go for. Just let people get on with it. And then all these people that's got these different religions, they're suffering the same pain as we all do. And what I try to do is, as I say, there's 36 charities there that I've, so many I've never heard of. I just want to do as many videos as I possibly can to cure the world of all these diseases that we don't know about. I had to get TN to know about it. If I never got TN, I would be like so many people out there. TN, what's that? I don't know what TN is. I had to get it to find out about it, to be like a nicer person, to be nice to the world, to make these videos so the world could understand us a little bit better. It's not a case of us and them. It's a case of we've got a pain that you don't understand. Tony's here to let you understand it more. So that's what I try to do with everything I do. Just let the world understand us a little bit more.
Live and let live.
Exactly, yes.
Amazing story. Now, Anthony, where can people get hold of you?
And police cells at the weekend.
Oh, yeah.
No.
Okay.
Really, just on Facebook under Anthony James Mattocks. There's my AJM Productions page on Facebook as well. Mm-hmm. There's even Snowy's page. Just type in Snowy and she'll pop up.
And what should they look up for Snowy as well? What's that page
called? It's actually Hale's Quarry, which is the place that she does our running around on.
Okay.
They said at the start, never let a husky off its lead. It will never come back to you. So obviously with everything that's happening just now, we've not been up to the park for such a long time. So I think when we go back up there again, it'll be a case of keeping her on the lead for quite a while until she gets used to the people around her again and the dogs around her. And I've got a 60-foot lead that she's got a bit of freedom there. So what happens is she normally says, "Oh, I'm free here," and then she'll run the full length of the 60-foot lead, and then your arms get stretched.
Oh, do you have to take her out for a walk every day?
Yeah, she gets her 3 walks a day.
3 walks a day?
3 walks a day, yes. Chrissy does it in the morning, I do it in the afternoon, and then we both do it at night time. Because obviously with the things that go through your head, it's like you don't think you're safe out there. It's just the feeling that you get that you're being followed, or it's just things that go through your head with the TN, etc.
Yeah, of course.
It makes you more paranoid.
I understand.
But it's daylight, I'm okay.
Yeah.
I came back from my mum's one night recently, and it was about night time, and it started getting darker, and I'm on the bus with a mask on, and there's other people coming on, they're looking at you thinking you're strange, and thinking, well, you're strange, you've got a mask on. So it's just the thought of paranoia just creeping in, and it's always a relief just to get back in the house again and your own bit of safety.
I think that is the sign of the times at the moment. But we should do whatever makes us feel safe. And it doesn't really matter what anyone else says, as long as we're feeling fine and it gives us serenity and peace. That's what we should do, especially in these times now. And I want to say again, Anthony, thank you so much for joining me today. It's been a real pleasure to meet you.
Well, thank you for inviting me on the show, and I hope you enjoy Stoy's pictures on our page.
Oh, yes, definitely. And please do send some more, because beautiful Snowy, I have to say. Beautiful, beautiful. But for everyone out there, have a look at Anthony's page, Anthony James Mattocks, and also on YouTube. Anthony, what should they tap in?
No, AJM Productions in capital letters. I'm a right one for capital letters.
Okay.
I think the older you get, the more blind you become, so cap locks, you can see better.
It helps, doesn't it? It certainly helps. And everyone thinks you're shouting at them, and it's like, no, it's not that. It's I can't see the letters. That's what that is.
Exactly, yes.
Yeah,
so,
yeah.
Anything AGM Productions, just trigeminal neuralgia, 9 out of 10 times you'll see one of my videos there. I know the second movie goes on a bit, but there is messages throughout it all. There is messages of hope through it. And the last part is the Leslie Carmen bit, where if you're US based, you'll certainly get a lot of people applying there. Now, since I started doing the TN groups, I just had friends, just mostly about Edinburgh, Scotland, a few people in England through Christian's contacts in England. And then from TN, when I started doing TN, I've now got friends in about 90 countries from what I do with TN.
My goodness.
And they understand my Scottish typing very well. The great thing about text is there's no such thing as an accent.
No, this is very true.
Writing.
Well, you understood me, didn't you? And I understood you. And
Sorry,
the language. I said we understood each other, didn't we?
Yes, I'm just joking. As long as the world can understand my accent, that's all I'm worried about.
Well, I think it's endearing, actually. And I always I have a lot of people on the podcast from all over the world, but I have a lot from the States. And people said, well, how do you understand them? And I said, well, they're only from the States, for goodness sake. And there's no, but you have to get accustomed to anything. I'm sure even when I'm appearing on things, yourself on shows and things, and the way that we both sound, we sound different, of course, but people have to get accustomed. But within the first sort of 5-10 minutes, it's sort of second nature, isn't it?
Well, there's only one thing that someone can say that's really, really nasty, really horrible, and it's the worst thing anybody can say to me is, what part of Glasgow are you from? Just turn away and ignore them.
Oh, dear. But
it's just
the
like,
Glaswegians, isn't it? They sound different to you.
It's Sean Connery, a great man indeed. Like, I was born in 62, and the first James Bond movie came out in 1962. So I couldn't wish for a better year to get born. And Sean Connery, met him a few times in Edinburgh, great man indeed. Obviously through the later part of his life now, which it'll be sad the day that he goes. He's no actor anymore, but we've got all his movies to fall back on. It'll be a great memory forever to see Sean Connery's movies. and I think it was the Rock, and he played a criminal with oh gosh, see when you're actually the names and they don't come to you. But the movie The Rock, and on his form it's got place of birth Glasgow. And I thought he agreed to that. I think no, it's in Edinburgh.
Oh dear. But yes, I mean, I think I have to say that I think Sean Connery was my favourite Bond.
It was certainly mine, but I'm being biased there. But the best theme tune had to be Live and Let Die. I just love that tune. And as it happened, it was on yesterday.
Who wrote that?
And that was Paul McCartney and Linda McCartney.
Oh, was it really?
Yes. Obviously, I was past his Beatles days, so he was in Wings at the time. So it was Paul McCartney and Linda McCartney. And that's my most favourite theme tune. But for soothingness, Moonraker by Shirley Bassey. People know Shirley Bassey by Goldfinger and Diamonds Are Forever, but they always don't know the third theme tune she did. That was Moonraker.
She did Moonraker. I didn't realise that.
Yeah, she did. That was a third movie she did. And that is a really, really nice tune. I do like that.
My favourite is Diamonds Are Forever, I have to say.
Oh, Shirley Bassey again, yes.
Yeah, amazing. And they do it, I don't know which Philharmonic did it, but the one without the words, so it's the music only, and it's quite beautiful, actually, I have to say.
There's a one that's to say what theme tune did Nat King Cole do? And everyone's saying Nat King Cole didn't do one. And it's actually, it's on in Scotland next week. I don't know if it's in England, but on Her Majesty's Secret Service with George Lazenby. And it's got the start as the normal James Bond theme, but Nat King Cole sings We Have All the Time in the World right at the very end.
I'm going to look all this up now. I am a Bond fan, I have to say.
Oh, I'm right at the trivia pin. It's like when it comes to quizzes and it's anything to do with number ones, UK number ones, I'm right there. With the brain up, I've lost a lot of knowledge. So I'm trying to relearn everything I used to know. I've got a book that's got all the hit singles, so I look at this ever so often and try to learn all the stuff I've forgotten, or all the stuff that was taken from me. And that's a lot.
Okay, so you're relearning all of that. And how's that going?
It's not too bad. I'm getting to know a lot more trivia on telly now.
Okay.
It's like there's a quiz on just now, The Chase, and that's our favourite at tea time to watch.
Mm-hmm.
And there's just a question about the DC comics, which I know the answer to. It's Iceman. It just came up there. And it's like anything with DC comics or Marvel comics, what I was brought up with. And now, in this day and age, we're getting all these different TV series of all the heroes that I used to be brought up on. But everyone can be a superhero, and this is on one of my edits as well. Everyone can be a superhero. If you can listen, you have got a superpower. If you've got the power to listen, there's your superpower right there.
We can all be superheroes. I think we are all superheroes.
If you've got the power to talk and listen, there's your superheroes. Right there.
We have a lot to be grateful for, no matter what we have been through, no matter what we are going through, no matter what we may have as a disability. We are incredible beings and we are beautiful. And thank you for reminding us today, Anthony, of really some of the most basic things and the basic secrets of life, I think. And please do come again.
Oh, do that, certainly, yes.
come again and share all your sort of new adventures that you've had. But thank you again for coming on the show and sharing these moments with us.
Well, thank you so much for inviting me, and I hope my accent comes across okay to the world.
It does. You just sound like James Bond. I'm just going to say that Sean Connery was on.
Well, thank you.
All right, then. Well, take care.
Right, thank you very much, and you take care.
All right, then.
Thank
Take
you for
care.
this.
Bye.
Bye now.
Bye.
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 Anthony James Mattocks. What an incredible story of courage and resilience in the face of adversity. Remarkable. Thank you so much for joining me today. I send you lots of love and lots of blessings. Until next time, look after yourselves.
Thank you for listening to Secrets for an Inspirational Life, brought to you by your host, Mimi Novic. Please remember to subscribe to the podcast and see you in the next episode. For more information about Mimi Novic and her books, music, and inspirational work, take a look at her website, www.miminovic.co.uk.